Welcome back, or welcome for the first time to Big Grief Questions. I'm Kat Faraci, and I'm here to answer your big grief questions. And I'm very glad that you have joined me today. We have a very big question to talk about today. But before we do that, I just wanted to let you know, remind you that I have a book, Grief the Teacher. Please check it out. You can get it on Amazon.com or you can order it through your local bookstore. But it is my first of many. Yeah, I have great passion about talking about grief and breaking it down for you, moving away from the clinical ideas we have about grief with limiting beliefs and not the perspective and point of view of what grief is teaching you that your life needs to learn, life lessons. So I know some of you are like, well, I'm grieving. I don't really care about life lessons. Well, that's true. I agree with that, except for some of these lessons are lessons you would have never expected that will open up your life into new connections and a new view of how to love and to relate, not only to yourself, to those who continue to be in your life, but also for your loved one who has passed. So I encourage you to get it. Hopefully, it'll be surprising awakening for you. It'll be wonderful. Okay. And it's all for you. Like, I'm really excited to get this information out to you. I am a grief coach. I am the founder of balancinggrief.com. And you can find me there. You can sign up for my newsletter on Substack. You can pick up some free tip sheets. You can get my workbook there. You can schedule a consult with me. I would love to be able to give you the support that you need and help you expand your view on what grief is, how to work through each moment in those painful times, and how to have a new perspective that brings healing and joy to your life. Oh, you should also check out, I was a guest on Grief and Rebirth with Irene Weinberg, and we had a fabulous time. And you should check that out. It's really fun doing her podcast. So check that out. Okay. I am also working on today, not using my hands so much when I talk. Now, I know my last name is Faraci, and that's Italian, but that's my married name. And, I'm more of a British, Scottish, Irish mutt. And I have somehow incorporated into my life using my hands all the time when I talk, and I didn't really notice that until I started doing these videos. And I was like, oh, wow, girl, it's wondering you haven't been slapping people around your whole life. I haven't had anybody ever tell me, hey, you use your hands too much when you talk. But so I'm gonna work on that in this video. You can let me know how I do. There is a silly side, and we need to recognize that and be grateful for it as well. But this topic today is kind of a rough one because most of us relate to grief as the suffering we go through when someone has passed that we have loved so deeply. And it could be spouse, mother, father, grandparent, sibling, best friend, child. And we feel so deeply this deep pain and suffering within our lives, and we go, that's grief. And I want to touch on something today because there are people who have lost loved ones that they didn't like very much, and yet they're still grieving. Sometimes we get this idea that, if I didn't like them, good riddance. They were out, I'm good, I'm out. But you're still experiencing grief. I tell a story in my book about a very brave woman that I worked with a few years back. I was a grief counselor for hospice for 25 years. So when I met with her, she was really struggling, couldn't sleep, forgetting appointments, just completely out of sorts for herself. And she just wasn't very vocal about her relationship with her spouse who had passed away. And she didn't really want to share a lot, and that's okay. I get that. So I would give her techniques to help her through the day, how to move through the day and the different things that she was going through, different techniques of how to get some sleep. I encouraged her to maybe see another therapist if she felt that that would be more beneficial for her. And then one day, I had said something to her, and she burst into tears and she left the room. And I thought, uh-oh, I blew that. But the truth was that it hit a nerve because her husband wasn't very good to her, and he wasn't very nice. And she really had a love hate for him. You love your husband, you're in it with them, but their relationship wasn't that good. And so she was just torn about her grief because she felt like, this is my spouse. I should feel this deep sadness, but I don't. And yet he's gone, and I'm left with a mess to have to deal with regarding like finances. And they lived on a big property that needed to be managed and so on. And so when she went into the kitchen and she just sobbed, and I went in and I told her I was sorry if I said something that maybe offended her, and she said no, and she just blurted out this issue she had with her husband. Then I could really focus on, honey, your grief isn't about your loved one. Grief is never about the loved one, it's about you. Grief is your grief. It is your grief about you, to work through what you are experiencing in your life. You grieve to feel the emotion and the changes that come with that, to feel the sense of loss and the emotion and all the losses that are circled around that. Grief is about you. I had a question come through that said that they loved their husband very much, thought they had a great relationship, and once he had passed, she was devastated and just grieving out of her love. And as time passed on and things started to be cleaned out, she began to discover that her husband was keeping secrets from her. And she didn't tell me what those secrets were. We can all speculate what the secrets were. But now, she didn't know what to do with this information. She felt completely torn. she said some people had told her, "Oh, he's a rotten person. Just be angry at him, and then you can move on. Just go be with somebody else." And then somebody else told her, "No, you need to be forgiving because he's dead now, and so you need to show forgiveness because I'm sure he recognizes what he did was wrong." Well, my response to that is you need to do both. The most important part of your grief is grieving honestly, about all the feelings, the love, the hate, the disappointment, the sheer ripping apart of your heart. It is important for you to be able to look at each and every one of those feelings as they arise and to be able to move through each and every one of those feelings as they arise. Say them out loud. Say how you feel. I am pissed. I feel so pissed off. I feel so lonely. I feel so sad. Each one of those emotions is important to address. You cannot be bypassed because your loved one did something they shouldn't, or you didn't like things about them, or you've come to find out that you've been betrayed. Deal with that betrayal. Grief is taking you on a journey to deal with your mind, your emotions, and your feelings honestly. Honestly. Not to cover it up, not to feel another way about it, but to see it, to look at it, to feel it, and to choose what you want your outcome to be. That's how you move to healing, is by choosing what your outcome is going to be. If you want to stay in long suffering, you can do that. If you want to stay pissed off, you can do that. If you want to have a forgiving heart, it's mostly recommended for you because the goal in grief is for you to expand, for you to grow, for you to learn, for you to heal, for you to understand the grander perspective of life and not be stuck in the limiting beliefs of what we think life is. There's a lot to unpack here, isn't there? It's hard to do in a short video, but I hope we get to it more, and I hope that you comment about what you're feeling about that is. What is the kind of grief feelings that you're experiencing? And what are the questions that you have surrounding those feelings, especially when they feel relentless and sometimes hard to move through? I will tell you, every feeling has the capability of moving through. You don't stay in one feeling forever, unreleased. You have moments of highs and you have moments of lows, but you don't stay woo, forever. Mm-hmm. I know everybody wants to tell you you're going to breathe in deep sorrow forever. You won't, unless you choose to. I mean, you could choose that. So I hope this helps. I hope this stirs some thoughts about grief for you and a desire for you to learn more. This is the important part of grief, is really to want to learn more. there is more. There is more for you to learn about yourself, about those who continue to be with you that you love, about your life, and about your love. Okay, that's it for today. I'm really hopeful to hear some comments about on regards to this video because I think we need to expand on it some more and talk some more about it. Kind of break it down. Don't you think? Yeah. Okay. Again, you can find me at balanceandgrief.com. Please join me back again at Big Grief Questions on YouTube. I can't wait to see you again. Please like and share and comment and subscribe. I would love it if you do. And I hope to be able to keep giving information out there that will be a benefit to you and to society as a whole. We need to learn more. All right. Thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Next time. Love ya.